Welcome to Speed Scene Live TV, the only show dedicated to the sportsman racer. Brought to you by Curry Rear Ends, Hedman Hustler Headers, M&H Tires, Aeromotive Fuel Systems, and TheFote.com. With your hosts, Diana Might, Bruce Barker, Scott Lucky Hudson, Alex Rogio, Bob Beck, Bryant Layton, with Donnie Couch and Dar Hawthorne.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, broadcasting live from the studios of the West Coast Funny Car Factory, here are your hosts, Dar Hawthorne and Donnie Couch.
Can you believe it, Dar? We're back again.
Donnie, you just got out of the hospital. I mean, this is a big day. Staples and everything.
Staples, yeah. It wasn't at the Staples Center, but 8 weeks of racing. I'm glad the World Finals were done. I'm looking for a new liver on Craigslist for the new season. I'm already looking forward to the new season. We've got a great show tonight, though, Dar. We've got Dan Horan in studio. Of course, your Heritage Funny Car champion. And a surprise visit from Mr. Whit Bazemore, one of our favorites out there. And going to talk about what he's up to at the top of the hour. But,
It's all brought to you by Good Vibrations Motorsports down in Whittier.
I know Whittier very well.
Me
Dar.
too.
Of course, we've been through a lot of stuff, Dar. We've been very busy, but we did get some footage from the Hot Rod reunion of some of the
and from
winners.
SEMA, and it's just it's been a real whirlwind finishing off the end of the year this way, and you know what? There's still more stuff to do. There's wing sprint cars at Irwindale this weekend. There's the Streetcar Super Nationals at Vegas. There's
Wait a minute, Turkey Night, Paris.
All right, I'm going.
That's where I'm going to. I spend my Thanksgiving out there at Paris, California. Turkey Night. So the season's not over, but at least what we do is over. Maybe we can go out and enjoy stuff like that.
Well, and also the Streetcar Super Nationals this weekend in Vegas is a hell of a show for Pro Mods.
Are you going, Dar?
No, I'm going to stay here for the wing sprint cars, and then I'm going to meet you down at Paris for the Turkey Night show.
Well, listen. They didn't give you a free ticket?
Oh, no, but I did get this free pin at the...
this one?
This one, yeah.
Right there?
Yeah, I got a free
Does
pin.
Mike English know you got a
I
free
don't know.
pin?
Who?
I hope you're not doing any bad stories about the NHRA.
No, I would never do that. I only speak positively about the National Hot Rod
Free
Association because I
tickets.
believe they know how to run an organization and how to put on a fine show.
Shit. Sorry. Man, I've got a cold.
It's
cold and flu season here in Los Angeles, folks. Hang on here, okay?
I think we're having some of that lake effect snow outside like they are in Minnesota, too.
Hey, but Dar, we were at the Hot Rod reunion, right?
Yep.
Had one of the best times up there. A lot of cars, a lot of people, and crowned some champions up there, some new champions.
Yeah, we did.
And it seems like it was a year ago, but it's only been, 3 weeks?
3 weeks, yeah.
So,
good thing we got busy lives, dude.
man, now I got to go stay home and do honeydew work for my wife.
Oh, you're not kidding. At least you got to unload the trailer and sweep it out.
Isn't there a winter series in Florida or something? Huh?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, there is?
Yeah.
Hey, we got a special thing there. We didn't expect this, the Hot Rod reunion. Tony Bartone wins every race this year.
Every round and every race, and sets low ET
and top
for every
speed
event.
at every race. And I got him to cry. Come on, people. Tony Bartone crying.
Live, brought to you by Good Vibrations. Tony Bartone, stellar year, my friend. Took home all the hardware all year. Low ET, top speed at each event. Take home the series championship and the California Hot Rod reunion. Sounds pretty good.
I'm going to have to wait till tomorrow morning to know it's real. I still have goosebumps. I was shaking all day. The team did their job. We did what we had to do. And I still can't believe that it's reality.
I have a hard time believing you were shaking all day. You got ice in your blood, buddy. We've seen you out there all these years, but emotional moment to take it home and finally put it to rest.
I got the goosebumps right now, dude. I still cannot believe we did it. I know we won the championship, but I really will have to wake up tomorrow to know that this fifth win and sweeping the series was real. The guys did an awesome job. Steve Boggs is just the master of the tune-up.
Yes, he is.
The crew did what they had to do. They worked hard, and I got great guys. And my brother got me involved in this about 6 years ago. We started putting the team together, and Mike Bartone has put me behind the wheel of almost everything I've driven and started me in drag racing.
Well, you've had a great career in drag racing. I know it's not over, and you and Boggs are going to carry on to the alcohol funny car. You got what, Vegas and Pomona left?
Vegas, Pomona, and we're gonna get that wreck straightened out, and we're gonna win with that car real soon. But right now we're struggling. But if we don't get it straightened out in the next 3 races, we'll be out there in the test session in West Palm, and we're gonna stay there until we got this car hauling butt.
Well, there's no better team than Bartone and Boggs, man. They've been together a long time, and dividends have paid off. And Tony Bartone, Heritage Champion, man, that sounds pretty good.
You better believe it, pal.
All right, for Bank Shift Live and Speed Scene Live and Good Vibrations, I'm Donnie Couch.
He's not done
He's
yet.
Tony
No, not
Bartone.
done. Not
He's your
done.
Heritage Champion and the Hot Rod Reunion Champion.
Give me that microphone for 1 second. I want to thank all of my sponsors. I want to thank Redline Oil, Roger Dean Automotive, Hussey Performance. I want to thank Simpson Auto Imagery, and one of our newest sponsors, Beaner Audi from Long Island. They've given us a tow vehicle, and I want to thank each and every one of them for making this happen and being part of the team, and we sincerely appreciate all of your efforts. And Cameron Evans, I can't believe we did it.
Good job, brother.
Thank you, everybody.
How about that?
Huh? That was pretty excitable, huh, Dar?
Yeah, it was. I would imagine after as much of a streak as they had going there, that you've just got to hope you don't make some stupid mistake and red light in the final and blow the whole thing. He came into the event as the new champion, but when you got that kind of streak, you got to have an incredible amount of pressure, and definitely the cap was off the beer bottle at that one.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting. Of course, Steve Boggs is crew chief. They also run the top alcohol funny car on the NHRA Trail. Do very good with that. They were with Rick Jackson. Now they've left that team, have their own team. They're working out the bugs on that new car, and they didn't run so good at the last couple races, but they're going to be at West Palm Beach this winter and testing for 2015 already. So, it was quite the excitement seeing him win the series, but one of the other exciting deals was Dan Horan winning the Funny Car Heritage Series. So
Did you interview him too?
I think I did. Bruce, do we have a video on that? Could you check?
Indeed, we do.
Think we
Here
do.
it is.
Donnie Couch for Speed Scene Live, brought to you by Good Vibrations Motorsports. Dan Horan, you finally closed the deal, not only on the championship, but putting away John Hill. Stellar job of driving this weekend. Stellar job by Ronnie Swearingen tuning it. Your whole package came together this year.
I'm just blessed. Ron Swearingen's one heck of a tuner. He's worked with us for 3 years. That's been a blessing every day. My team he built, and he's kept them and whipped them into shape time and time again, and we're just truly blessed. The California Hustler team he'll be working with next year as their crew chief, and they're definitely going to be a contender, and that's going to be a car to have to beat.
Well, Dan, don't discount your performance today by driving. I know you've had some issues in the past, but I seen some hole shots out of you today. And, of course, you put away John Hill, who won last year, so you got revenge on him. And, like I said, you finally closing the deal.
Every dog has his day. I guess today's my day.
Well, for Speed Scene Live, I'm Donnie Couch. He's Dan Horan, the new Heritage Champion. How's that sound, Dan?
Sounds absolutely awesome. Thank you so much coming from you.
Hey, not only Heritage Champion, but winning the California Hot Rod Reunion.
Check it out. There's your Heritage World Championship trophy. Mr. Dan Horan in studio. Dan, welcome to Speed Scene Live. Thank you for being in studio with us. I know you don't. We excuse Tony Bartone because he lives in New York, but, you're not that far away.
East Coast guy. He can come in.
Dan, I know it's you've been in this series since the inception of it. You were one of the first cars, had that Mustang out there forever, and you fought hard and trials and tribulations. And, 2014, you finally put it together. I know you had a lot of coaching from some pro teams out there, and you put it together with Ronnie Swearingen. Not only won the race, you won the championship, and pretty good, Dan. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot, Donnie. You know, I praise God and I thank my family for giving me the opportunity to do it. But my crew that Ron Swearingen put together, they executed every single round, every single race. And it comes down to execution. They executed every single round. They turned the car around in 43 minutes to 53 minutes every round. And without a crew executing, there's just absolutely nothing. It doesn't work. I'm no more important than the guy that puts the oil in the car, or in my case, the girl that puts the oil in the car. Yeah. And, you know, once again, I'm truly blessed to be part of it.
Were you throwing a little dig at John Force? Because I know they didn't put oil in the car at Pomona, so.
No, definitely not.
You're not slamming him?
No. Even though all my friends are with Don Schumacher Racing, John Force is you know, obviously John Force. So you can't say anything about him.
Right. Hey, just ribbing them. Just regular jokes, folks. Don't get excited. Don't start calling in and badmouthing me.
I'm already getting text messages over here.
You know, I do want my body, though.
Yeah.
He does have a body that's painted similar to mine, and I do want that other body.
You mean he stole your paint scheme?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
I think you did, man.
I'm not
I think
saying
you're calling
that.
him
I
out.
just think we should have that body.
I think John's got enough trouble going on right now. And we'll talk about that later. But Dan, Don Schumacher team, you mentioned you got a lot of friends over there. I know you've had Ronnie out there. You've had some issues on driving, and you went and got help, and you went to the top of the deal, getting help from Beckman and some of the other guys. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. Jack Beckman, phenomenal, helping me, sorting me out, basically getting me to slow things down in my mind, getting me to believe in myself, and just teaching me some different focus issues on how to focus to drive this race car. And more than anything, getting me to have fun driving the race car. And that's something that I wasn't doing. I wasn't having fun driving the race car. And Beckman says, hey, have fun. This is what we do, and have fun with it, because you're really lucky to be able to do it. And working with Antron as far as getting my reaction times down and actually focusing on a tree in different areas and actually trying to achieve greatness. And when you're working with Antron Brown, it's like, how do you compete with that? There's no competing with Antron Brown. He's a natural. And you know, but their whole program is execution. Once again, Brian Karate, Mark Oswald, everybody on Don Schumacher Racing, they execute every single round, every single run. And that's how they got championships in Top Fuel with Tony, championships with Matt Hagan. I mean, there's no slouches in DSR.
The whole team, right?
Yeah, they execute every single run.
Hey, speaking of execution, you know, Ronnie Swearingen's been your crew chief for, 3-4 years now. And we all know he's moving on. He's going to be with the California Hustler, as you announced in your victory speech there. But I know that, Dan, you were kind of concerned about Ronnie leaving in your performance. You went out the next weekend and ran the car by yourself and ran pretty good numbers.
Well, we went out and tested. You know, I mean, when you get used to someone like Ronnie, someone great like Ronnie, I mean, that's a big security blanket. That's a big edge that you take to the racetrack every single time. So essentially, he left us with some data, and I wanted to go out and make sure that we could execute on his data. And we went out and ran 574, 251 miles an hour. It was a little conservative, but nevertheless, we wanted to go. One of his examples is every run counts, and I don't want to throw a run away. So we didn't want to throw a run away. We just wanted to go out there and actually execute, be consistent, and make a run exactly like he was there. And never think we're smarter than him, because we're not.
Hey, Dan, we've all heard those legendary figures out of what it takes to run a big show car of $3 to $5 million a year, depending on the size of the team, depending on how many drivers, how many cars, how much data is shared, and that kind of stuff. This may be proprietary, but how much does it cost to run a Nostalgia Funny car for a year? Is it $50,000? Is it more than $100,000? Is there some range you can give us as to what it costs to run one of these?
Well, you know, in all honesty, it all depends on who's tuning your race car. I mean, you can go out and spend $50,000 in a weekend, or you can go out like we've done, and we've had a very successful season. We use Ross pistons. We don't put a lot of parts in it. Chris LeDuc at Ross, he calls us up and says, hey, are you guys all right? Do you need parts? So the guy that actually tunes the car controls how much it spends. And, I've heard of guys spending in the Nostalgia Funny Car ranks $250,000, and I've heard guys spending $50,000. So I would say we're somewhere between 50 and 250, and the rest is proprietary information.
I guess it's none of your business, darn. You're thinking about building a funny car.
No, I was going to
go get your own budget.
I was going to have Pete Ramey build one for me. But
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I heard that.
Unbelievable.
You know how things are.
Hey, Dan, regardless of what, everybody says, you've done a heck of a job out there. Your driving's improved. For a while there, it was painful to see you guys get to a final round, and you'd have some situation on the starting line and you'd run quicker and get beat. It was painful for us to watch that. You were smart enough to go listen to people and get an education from the guys at the top. And, hey, hats off to you, and that's why you're a champion, buddy. Whit Bazemore, any input here? You're going to be his life coach, right?
No. Dude, you're an old fuel guy, an old crew chief, old. Yeah.
Ooh, man.
But don't take that from him.
I'll crack him.
He's just a typical crew guy from back in the day, blaming the driver. I mean, listen to this.
Well,
it was
who else
painful
is there
to
to blame? Drivers are like spark plugs. You screw them in and you burn them out.
Well, yeah.
In all honesty, my driving had been a little bit of a problem. It's been suspect for the first race, second race. But then it's like John Force. What happened? Once he got his first race, he kept winning and winning and winning.
There you go.
And who knows how many time champion he is right now today. But I know we got our first. We were number 1 qualifier at 4 events out of 5. We were number 3 qualifier at the 5th event. We were in every single final in 2014. And
you won the Boise Bakersfield Blitz for the 2nd year in a row.
We did do that, and we're looking for a hat trick with that. And also we're looking for we're looking to start in March right where we ended in the final round at Bakersfield. And we're not going to change it. I don't even want my guys to change the oil, but unfortunately they've already got it apart. But we're going to go, and we're going to be somebody to work to when we pull in the parking lot, they're going to know we're there.
Hey, Dan, I wasn't picking on you like Whit was, implying over there. I'll deal with him later after the show in the parking lot. No, I was just bringing up that, hey, you did struggle, but you guys all worked together and you went out and got advice. Most guys wouldn't. They're hard-headed, what'd you say, Chris Grable?
No, I
didn't say that?
I didn't think Chris Grable up at all. Chris Grable.
Might have been Dar that said that. I don't know.
Chris doesn't like the way I stage my race car, but I don't like the way his race car's painted. So you never can really tell.
All right.
It's just
all right.
It's just I go up and I do my thing. If we want to hang out on Monday, that's cool. But when I'm there on Friday qualifying, I'm there to be number 1. If I'm there racing first round on Saturday, I want to win that first round. And now I want to win the finals, because now that we've been to the final a few times this year, we've won 3 times, I'm liking it. So next year's the same thing. I want the same thing to happen.
All right, everybody in the studio, just calm down, okay? We're going to take a commercial break because it's getting a little heated in here. Let everybody calm down, and we'll go to commercial break.
This is Dale Worsham, and you're watching Speed Scene Live.
Good Vibrations Motorsports specializes in the parts you need for gas, alcohol, and nitro engines. If you're muscling a funny car or top fueler down the quarter mile, cutting a rooster tail across the lake, or cruising the boulevard, Good Vibrations has the blower and fuel system solutions for your personal ride and race car. Good Vibrations is your injection connection, the largest dealer in the world for Enderle fuel injection, and now a stocking distributor for Aeromotive fuel systems, with a warehouse full of Go Fast race parts, an easy-to-navigate online catalog, and they ship worldwide daily. If you want to go fast, really fast, then Good Vibrations Motorsports is ready to hear from you at goodvibesracing.com.
At Aeromotive, we believe that performance means reliability, longevity, and durability. Being the best is no secret. By utilizing aerospace processes, procedures, technology, in-house engineering, true applications knowledge, and 3 generations of track experience, it's easy to see why we're the best. We take great pride in the fact that everything we sell, we design and make in the USA. See our entire line of fuel pumps and related products by logging on to aeromotiveinc.com. Aeromotive. We know it, we race it, we live it.
Welcome back to Speed Scene Live TV, the #1 online drag racing TV show. Brought to you by Curry Rear Ends, M&H Tires, Hedman Hustler Headers, Aeromotive Fuel Systems, and thefote.com.
Welcome back. It's a full studio tonight. I would be that Bruce Barker guy that somebody mentioned at the top of the hour, as they say in broadcasting, the top of the hour. That's Dar Hawthorne. That's Donnie Couch. That's Dan Horan. That's Whit Bazemore. And I think, Lucky, you'll find there's a little more light in there. And we'll have a little more light, too. You know, it's constantly adjusting.
Production shots from home.
Yeah, he's our technical director out there on the road.
Wow, at least he's watching the show. I'm impressed he watches us.
Yeah, well, he wants to be entertained.
Hi, Lucky. We miss you. Hey, so SEMA show, I'm down there. Did a deal with Chip Foose, hung out with them all week, and Cowboy Bob and the whole team. And we got a little video here that's pretty entertaining.
Donnie Couch here for Speed Scene Live 2014 SEMA show. Here with Chip Foose at the Phoenix Fuel Converter booth and the Foose Converter.
Yes, exactly. This is an amazing product, and this is an amazing show. It's Friday, the last day of SEMA. I can't wait to finish up tonight to get back the 57 Chevy that we've overhauled here during the week. We've got it all finished. They've moved it over to the SEMA Ignite party, and we'll be giving that back. But right now we've got a lot of fans that we're going to sign for, and if they get a look at this, I know they're going to be fans of the Phoenix Fuel Converter.
Well, I put it on my truck at your shop, and great results, so we know it works.
I've got it on my truck. It does work. It's amazing.
Chip, how many hours do you sleep when you're at the SEMA show? And besides that, we're not going to call it the SEMA show. We're going to call it the Chip Foose show because you're like Elvis Presley here.
I don't sing.
Well, anyway, you did that beautiful 60 Starliner for Cowboy Bob. It's his birthday. He just went down to look at it now, so great birthday present.
Look at him here.
Wait,
all right, come
Cowboy
over here, Bob. Come over here.
Come on, buddy. Come over here.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, what'd you think of your birthday present from Chip Foose at 60 Starliner?
I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Beautiful car.
He's still paying for it.
Yes, I am, and I'm sure I'm not going to get it back till I give him all the money yet, but it turns out absolutely gorgeous.
Actually, I want to have everybody here sing happy birthday to Bob.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Great idea.
So we're going to start this right now. Everybody going to sing?
Everybody.
It's happy birthday to Bob. Ready? Happy birthday to you.
Thanks, pal.
Happy birthday to Bob. Happy birthday, dear Bobby.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Hey, for Speed Scene Live, I'm Donnie Couch. He's Chip Foose, birthday boy, Cowboy Bob. And we're going to let Chip start signing now, folks. So you've been waiting a long time over there, Chip. They've been lined up for 2 hours. You better get over there.
You could have started.
Well, I signed a couple of them, Donnie Foose, and it didn't work. Had 3 people. They tore them up after they left.
Oh, my gosh.
Hey, how about that 60 Starliner? I bet you that's beautiful.
Oh, it won the award down there.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
And Chip is like Elvis down there, like I said. And they also did an overhauling episode. They built a 57 Chevy down there during the week of SEMA. And the after party, they finished the car off, rolled it up on stage, and filmed their last episode. Once he finished the last episode, I put him in the Bainey and Rossi Mongoose Dragster, and we cackled that baby. Chip was really excited. He's got a cackle car he's building right now, so he never sat in one. So he was pretty jacked up. After that, took us all to dinner at Benihana's. Chip's an amazing guy. Now I know why he's so popular. He spends a lot of time with all the fans, and they got the Phoenix Fuel Converter. with Cowboy Bob, and it's a fuel mileage saver. It's pretty easy to install. I put it on my truck. I'm saving 3 to 4 miles a gallon. Got a lot more power, and the emissions go down. They also put these on locomotives, diesel trucks, and the diesel trucks, we got them on Coletta's transporters. 0 emissions now. They're burning all the fuel.
Jeez.
And so that means less DEF that they're using to,
Dang, I
take
got to
care of
talk
all
to
that.
Cowboy Bob, man.
Yeah.
Get one for that.
It's getting ready to launch big. They debuted at SEMA show. It's approved in all the states except California, and they're right in the middle of that with AQMD. And we know how much fun that is, huh, Dar?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And your truck isn't registered in the state of California, is it? It's a Nevada truck.
I think so.
Oh, sorry, man.
Well, you just bought it 10 days ago, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
No, Chip put one on his car, or on his truck. I didn't, I go, okay, we'll help you promote this deal. They put it on my truck, and it works. So we're going to get one on Dar's truck and get that going. But I think down the road, you're going to see a lot of people. Of course, this one here is one by Fuse. It's a high-performance one. And look for these on the market. You can go to fuelconverter.com and read up about it, all the testimonials, and Chip Fuse, of course, backing this deal. And we're all trying to rally around Cowboy Bob, and it's a good invention.
I think that I saw a little tear in Cowboy Bob's ear, or in his eye.
In his ear?
In his ear.
That was from Bartone.
When you started singing Happy Birthday, I saw him go like,
I think it was flipping me
You're really
off.
drawing that out of a lot of people now.
Hey.
Make me cry.
No, he was, Don't cry, Dar.
It's coming inside.
Don't cry, bud.
Yeah, it's.
Is it because of Mike English and all his comments on Facebook you're crying?
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Well, you
dead.
got into the races free, didn't you?
Yeah.
You got a free meal, didn't you?
Hey, I'm going to the PRI show, but I'm not going in for free, and I'm fasting for all 3 days.
Wait a minute, folks. You're going to be fasting?
Yeah. Man. I am right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking pretty fast. I know that. Hey, Dar, what we got coming up here? We got. You want to go here? We got.
Yeah, let's go.
Bruce
we got
Larson.
Couple
we
more
ran
videos.
Into, right?
A legendary funny car driver and former world champion Bruce Larson was at the California Hot Rod Reunion, and
I saw Whit Bazemore up there too. Were you there?
Another legend.
Hot Rod Reunion? No.
This year?
Yeah.
You caught me checking my email.
Oh.
No. What
so
reunion?
Popular. Was that Schumacher wanting you back?
Yeah. Don, I'm sorry. I don't think you can afford me.
Ooh, throw that out there, folks.
I'm available.
Dan here, on the other hand.
I'm totally available.
Totally available.
well, they may be splitting a ride in a Mustang here on the West Coast, soon. If you guys can work out the details, it's a nice car.
I think there are a lot of Mustangs around that might be on the market. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're hearing swapping out for Toyotas.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's
already a done deal.
Oh.
So.
Although somebody from Yorba Linda said that they were going to be an American-based manufacturer.
I don't know, Dar. There's a lot of rumors floating around the John Force camp, and
I think it's great that Forrest Lucas stepped up and helped John Force out with product and some endorsement deals for next year, because tough to run those cars without oil.
Well, they tried it at one of the warm-ups out there. It didn't work too good. Like to see where that crew guy's working today. Right?
Well, look we got before Bruce Larson, we got Bub Miller on the phone from Airmotive. He's one of the engineers there. He's an awesome guy, as he wanted me to make sure to tell everybody. And he's getting ready for the Streetcar Super Nationals up in Las Vegas. And of course, he's going to be consulting with a lot of the Pro Mod teams up there. And, we're going to get a little race report and have him also tell us about the new Airmotive pumps. The Phantom pump is some video that we're going to run right now is installing the Phantom pump. But, Bub, how the hell are you?
Oh, doing great. How are you guys?
Doing good. We're having a weird time here.
It's fun. It's the end of the season, and it's a fun show. But thanks for coming on.
Right. Hey, I'm in Vegas, so I understand.
Well, I left my liver in Vegas, so I understand.
I completely understand.
If you run into it down there, it's probably still got a SEMA tag on it.
Well, I think it might be hanging out with mine.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, Bub, how many? Did you get an idea how many Pro Mods they're expecting up there for the Streetcar Super Nationals this weekend?
Oh, geez. I mean, I had heard numbers of somewhere around 30.
Well, that'd be a pretty damn good show.
I mean, just the number of cars that are there already, and the caliber of cars that are there already, you know, or so early in the week. It should be a really good show. I'm real excited.
Well, now we've got some video running of the installation of the Phantom pump into just a regular old gas tank. And can you tell us a little bit about what has gone on in the development of this pump and why it works so good? So well, sorry.
You know, it goes back to, you know, basically since the birth of the LS swaps, everybody was always having a problem doing an external mounted tank or pump with a stock tank. So we came up with the idea of the Phantom and the Phantom family, and it's really has just grown out of control. We can take a stock tank that if you were going to send somewhere to have internal baffling put into the tank, I mean, it's going to cost you somewhere around $1,000. And so what we have done is we've come up with a cost-effective way of holding the fuel around the inlet of the pump, so we can now have an in-tank pump virtually into any gas tank.
Well, I know that from putting it in myself into our gas tank for our Model A, that it took about 55 minutes, you know, maybe an hour before it was up and running and plumbed and done.
It literally takes longer to clean the drill shavings out than it does anything at all.
It does. It helps if you drop a couple of magnets down in there too.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that actually works pretty well. And I mean, it's just the first time that we got this deal done and did the install with the instructions and everything, we all kind of just stood around and laughed, because it's just like, why hasn't anybody else thought of this? It's so simple. It's just for the money. It literally doesn't get any better.
Well, one of the things too is that you took basically an extension of the Phantom and put it into a dual pump setup for the higher horsepower cars that are now out there on the road, and won an award at SEMA.
Yes, and you know, one of the things that we like to do at Aeromotive, I mean, we're not a Me Too company. We pride ourselves on problem solvers. And when you start getting into these higher horsepower cars and have to run a bigger pump, the problem becomes the circulation of fuel. Take in consideration our Eliminator pump, which specs out at 2.25 gallons per minute. So if you're sitting in traffic for 10 minutes, you've literally almost recirculated your entire tank of fuel. So with the dual pump Phantom, now we can stage the pumps for an actual on-demand system to where we're not recirculating that much fuel and still can support EFI forced induction up to 1,400 horsepower on gasoline.
And which is a major change from I mean, I have a personal example when I delivered a Duster back to Denver, Colorado, that had a late model Hemi in it, and everybody put an external pump, and we burned out 3 of them on the way to Denver. And actually had to put it on a rollback in order to get it into Golden, Colorado for the Mile High Nationals. It was about 6 years ago. And yeah, I understand now that with this being in the tank, the gasoline helps cool the pump.
Yes, and you know, and just what it kind of boils down to, excuse the term, but is when you put an external pump in the car, whatever distance the fuel has to travel before it gets to the pump, that fuel is put under a vacuum. And when you put regular gasoline under a vacuum, you drastically lower the boiling temperature of the fuel. So, say ambient air temperature is 95 degrees, it doesn't take much to boil that fuel. And so then the air bubbles go through the pump, and it's literally like sending gravel through the fuel pump. And so what we can do with the Phantom is, I mean, it's no different than any hydraulic system. A pump is a pusher, and they're not pullers. So we have virtually eliminated the chance of cavitation by submerging the pump. And as you said, with the pump or the fuel running through the pump, it also keeps it cool.
Well, this is, I mean, the new dual Phantom, you know, as well as the adjustable Phantom with the baffle is, you know, and just an amazing product, and you can get it at Good Vibrations Motorsports. Yeah.
Absolutely. And, you know, I just want to say that, again, you know, Aeromotive, we really pride ourselves on doing things as a team. And, by the way, I hope you get feeling better, Vic Wood. and he had to go in for a little surgery, and he's kind of been on the down and outs because he can't be with his family, you know?
He just sent a text to me saying he's watching.
Oh, geez.
You know, and of course, when I talked about wing sprint cars, that got his attention.
Right. He needs something to get him excited right now.
He does. I know he's hurting. I talked to him today. Well, thanks a lot for calling in, Bub. Really appreciate it. And the Phantom pump works great. I run one in our Model A, and it's unbelievable how good it is. And of course, briefly, we also have the Terminator pump here.
Yes.
And Donnie's holding it up.
Hey, Dan Horan's trying to check it out. John Hale had one of these on his car at the Hot Rod Reunion.
And happened to be runner-up to Dan Horan.
Yes. I mean, that thing it's really gaining traction right now. Before we put a product into market, we really like to just absolutely torture test it. And doing what we do, we have that ability because we can stick it on our race cars and check it out. So I mean, that's been on the Pro Mod car for about 4 years. Haven't had a single problem. So now we're really pushing it out into the market, and it's like I said, it's really gaining some traction right now.
Well, thanks a lot for your time, Bub. I know you're there in the hotel, so you're probably getting ready to go down and meet some of your buddies there in the restaurant, right?
Well, yeah, exactly.
Okay,
after I get the clutch dust out of my fingernails.
Well,
thanks for being on the show, Bub.
Thanks a lot for calling in, Bub.
Thanks for having me, guys.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Hey, a great guy, great company, and of course you can get all the Aeromotive products at Good Vibrations Motorsports or dragparts.com in Whittier, California, folks. And if you want, you can get their catalog.
Hey, that's pretty sweet.
It's got all the stuff in it. Nice color catalog. So dragparts.com, folks. But, get all the Aeromotive plus Enderley. I mean, if you're building a fuel car, a blown car, anything, you need to have this catalog. So I'm going to give this one to Dan Horan. Okay.
And your local source for Aeromotive products, which is certainly a good friend to all of us.
Hey, we talked about having Bruce Larson. We caught him at the end of the Hot Rod Reunion, right in the winner's circle. Bruce, can you roll that video of Bruce Larson, funny car legend?
Let's take a look.
Donnie Couch for Speed Scene Live. Hey, the Hot Rod Reunion is over. Walking around the pits, Bruce Larson, legendary funny car pilot, and saw you in Garlitz's dragster too. Bruce,
yeah.
What's it mean to come to the Hot Rod Reunion, see all these cars and all your old friends?
This is where it's at. I mean, it's all about the people, and I've always said it's all about the people, but last night that Cackle Fest had to make history. I never saw so many cars cackled at the same time. What a show. I mean, it lasted an hour, and I was mesmerized.
Bruce, you never been here before?
Oh, yeah. As a matter of fact, I was here in one funny car class in 1967, if that's...
1967?
Where were you then?
Well, I was hanging around Nelson Carter, and I seen him walking around the pits today, the old super cheap funny car.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Sure. What a guy.
What's up for you, Bruce? I see a car on the East Coast running. It's got your old colors. Are you involved in that and driving it?
I drive it, yeah. It's a USA 1 Camaro.
How's that feel to hop back in that baby?
Fine. We've been doing it for 2 years, having a great time, and now we're building a new car for next year, a 1970 Camaro body, stepping up a little bit.
Well, Bruce Larson, it's great to see you out here. We thank you for being on Speed Scene Live, and we'll see you out here the next race.
I will be back.
All right. He's Bruce Larson. I'm Donnie Couch. You're watching Speed Scene Live.
What a lot of fun talking to Bruce Larson. I've known him forever. The guy's a legend. Hey, when we talk about Whittier and Good Vibrations Motorsports located there, when I think of Whittier, I think of Bobby Cottrell, buddy.
Boy,
and he took home some iron at the Hot Rod Reunion. That he's done what no other person's ever done. We've got him on video. He actually took home 3 trophies and a championship. So
pretty good.
Let's talk to Bobby.
Donnie Couch for Speed Scene Live. Winner circle, Bobby Cottrell, 7-0 Pro Champion, win the event. Of course, you won. What's the other class? I can't keep track of all the hardware you're taking home, Bobby.
Yeah, we won 7-0 Pro A, which is we won the championship. My personal car won 7-0 Pro B, and we just took home the A-Fuel California Hot Rod Reunion Championship. That's pretty cool.
Man, I don't know who else has ever pulled that off, my friend, but you got to be ecstatic.
Oh yeah, I'm just excited for my team. They work their butts off. I mean, my wife puts up with me coming to the races all the time, and JT does a lot for me. Tom Archibald with the A-Fuel car, he's just like, it's a dream come true. I mean, I've always wanted to win the Hot Rod Reunion. My next on my bucket list is the March meet.
Well, that's coming up next, and it's going to be brought to you by Good Vibrations.
Good.
Hey, I think I saw the Speed Scene stickers on your car. Maybe that was a little help.
Oh, definitely. All those guys are great guys. I guess you too.
Yeah. But those guys. Yeah, you're going to include me now? Okay, Bobby. Well, I won't tease him. I won't harass him. He's your champion. He's taking home all the hardware here at the Hot Rod Reunion. Bobby, congratulations for what? Team Whittier, right?
Team Whittier.
Team Whittier.
Whittier Wolves.
Hey, Dar, what a great guy, man. I'm pretty sure we're going to see him in a Nostalgia Funny Car or something. I know that's where he wants to end up. But right now, he's dominating out there. And speaking of Bakersfield,
Speaking of Bakersfield, head on down to Good Vibrations Motorsports and pick up your new poster for the Good Vibrations March Meet coming up March 5th to the 8th, 2015. These are hot off the presses from the guys.
Pull that back up there, Dar.
Sorry. Oh.
Dan. Ooh.
Well.
Ooh. Does that hurt? How much does that hurt, Dan?
I'm not on the poster this year.
As I recall, this car won the March Meet.
Yeah, I heard something about it.
What were you saying?
I believe this car won the March Meet.
Dan, did you say they didn't win because they were dropping cylinders? Is that what you're saying?
No, actually, they didn't drop no cylinders next to me. I was watching them.
You were?
Yeah, they were ahead of me.
Oh, well, hey.
That was one of those problematic races.
Well, hey, if you don't want to drop cylinders, I got a device here from Good Vibrations, Dar, from Fuel Injection Enterprises. Anybody know what that is? A little high-speed lean-out, right? Yep, got a solenoid, put your fuel in, fuel out here, put your jet in there. You could lean it out on the top end if you're getting too much fuel. Also, if you've got it up on the rev limiter and you're using the trans brake and the motor's cooling off and getting real rich, you could plug that in, lean the motor out till the trans brake goes off, and you're going to be hitting on all 8 cylinders. Good segue into this product, huh? After Dan pointed out that Peddler was dropping cylinders.
I did not point that out. You actually pointed that out first.
Well, I didn't. Maybe I thought you said that, Dan.
No, actually, I like Gary Turner. He's a very good friend of mine. Don't get me with more trouble than I already get in on my own, please.
Let's get the band back together.
Wow, the story changes after we go live. I mean, come on, Dan.
Everything turns PC.
I like Gary Turner. We share a mutual interest in somebody.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
what's her name?
It's not her. It's just we have a mutual appreciation in another funny car driver.
James Day?
No.
Oh. Chris Gravel?
I can't say.
All right. Well,
very confusing.
That'll be at the next episode with Dan Horan.
Sounds good.
We'll do one after the first of the year with him.
Hey,
just before the March meet.
Hey, Dar. Why don't you find out what Whit Bazemore's doing lately? We saw him out at the World Finals. We also, someone spotted him at the F1 race down in Texas.
And I saw some of his photos on Facebook that he was showing from the F1 race, and he keeps showing up at motorsports events and
without a fire suit, though.
Yeah, well. If he's a good driver, he has his fire suit and helmet in the trunk.
We need him back. We don't need those cookie cutter interviews we have now. We want
Hell
when
no.
Whit was there. Man, he started more controversy than Dan Horan.
Oh boy!
Right?
Let's get Romanazzi in here.
Oh boy! Get the 3 of them. We'll have to have a cage match in here. I'm just saying. Whit, what are you doing? You're writing a book. I know you're doing research. You got to be coming towards the end of this deal, right?
Boy, I hope so. Yeah, it's. I'm doing the book on Paul Candies, and I'm going to interview you after this show.
Wow!
And hear some of your stories, which, the ones that we can actually publish, which maybe 1 or 2 out of 100.
So it'd be like a minute interview.
I know how you were back in the day, and you probably still are.
Still are.
Still are, absolutely.
How do you think you got those stitches?
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't what I was referring to, but yeah.
Hey, we have a lot of fun with it. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, Donnie, I know. I mean, you're one of those crew guys, seriously, that when I was much younger, you were much younger too, but you're one of those guys that that I looked up to. You know, you and Waterbed and that whole generation.
Don't forget Pat Galvin.
And Pat Galvin, of course. Whew. You know, and you guys are still like brothers. And I guess it's Pat's 25th anniversary tonight.
Yeah, it is. Otherwise, he was going to be on the show. So
right.
Happy birthday to him and Lori, or happy anniversary to him and Lori. Of course, but he blames me for making them get married.
He said he
wants to sue me.
It's the 43rd anniversary with you.
Yeah, well, Pat and I have been together a long time. Of course, Whit, you know what? When you were racing and we were all doing it, we grew up when it was fun. And one thing about it, we got to grow up with the legends, and we're seeing, you know, like Paul Candies pass away. I just went to Raymond Beadle's funeral. I mean, you know what all them guys meant to all of us. They all took care of us. They're going to be missed but never forgotten. But we grew up around the legends.
It was a different sport, you know, back then. And Raymond, you know, what can you say about Beadle? He's just a, you know, like you said, a legend, but a guy that was a role model for some of us in good and bad ways. I mean, we all know Raymond's full personality, and but you know, the good. He was just a cool guy, and you know, it's kind of a sad time, and it's like what Dave Densmore said to me the other day. He goes, "Man, we're just losing all of our heroes," and it's that generation, you know, ahead of us, Donnie, that. You know, they're all in their 70s and 80s.
Yeah, and you know,
and Bob Richardson just passed away from
exactly. Great funeral I heard they had for them. But you know, if I knew I was going to live this long, I would have certainly taken better care of myself. But you know, it's a different deal. It was a different deal when we were racing back then. Whit, when I met you, you were a photographer for Winston and had a great career there. And then, of course, you went into funny car driving and stuff. But it's different now. It's so politically correct out there. I mean, hell, you can't even date a Traxxas girl.
Well, I heard about that.
I got no comment.
Yeah.
Go ahead, elaborate on that.
Well, I just heard about it. I hope the guy keeps his job, you know.
And this is a really good segue into some of the photography that we've got here from Mike and Jeff Burgart.
Woo, smooth
from
exit.
the World Finals.
Woo. Yeah. Well, it's getting hot in here, isn't it?
The legal department's calling right now, Whit. You brought all that up.
Oh,
Dan was going to sue Force for the copying his paint job, and now you bring this up.
I just want a body. That's
it's
it.
Just, yeah.
Now they're fighting over bodies.
I'm sure.
If I hadn't been sued
they're
by
just
Force already, I won't be. I'm okay, but Dan, you might have.
Dan, I'm sure they're crating it up right now.
I'm sure they are. They are. They're watching this show.
Force
right
needs
now.
a budget next year, and maybe you'll provide it for him.
Some Oldsmobile bodies over there.
Hey, well, when are we gonna? What's the latest on the book? When are we gonna see it? When's it getting published? We want answers. You were on the show before, like 2 years ago, still working on it.
It wasn't even a year ago.
Oh, okay.
No, we've done a lot of interviews, and I'm going to Ohio before Christmas. Going to finish up with John Slickavere and Bob Schaefer.
Wow.
You know, you probably spent some time with Bobby in a bar once or twice.
You were maybe. I can't remember. I lost those brain cells.
Yeah, I know. So and then once that's done, we're going to start writing, and we're collecting photography for the book. So it's a great project. I'm really excited about it, and everyone said, you know, it's a lot bigger process and project than you can imagine, and they're right. But you know, hopefully we'll have the thing shipped off to the printer by May or June, and that's the goal, at least.
Well, Whit, we saw you at the World Finals. We desperately miss you because you were a pretty colorful character out there, and you know, like I said, it's different. You got to be politically correct, and like you said, you can't even date a Traxxas girl. And
you don't have to date them.
Oh, okay. Hey, so you were at the Formula One race down in Texas, though. I mean, that can't be easy to get a press pass for that. What were you doing there?
That was just a great weekend, one of the best weekends of my life, I can honestly say. I mean, it's not quite the same as winning Indy, but it was a super, super fun time. And to get a press pass to an F1 race, it was challenging, but we pulled it off, and I went and photographed it. And it was just a tremendous challenge and therefore rewarding. I loved it.
Yeah, pretty exciting stuff. I know
it was really cool.
Jim O from Coletta's over there one year. He got to go down there, and that was one of his big things to do. And boy, he just loved it. That Formula One's so different from what we're used to, the open wheel, the IndyCar, but Formula One, that's quite the different sound. And
it was cool. And, the coolest thing was meeting Niki Lauda.
Wow.
And actually talking to him and talking to Lewis. It's just the guys that some of them are our heroes. I mean, Lauda obviously is your hero too, I'm sure. And it just doesn't get any cooler.
And people like Lewis Hamilton are really appealing to a whole new generation of F1 fans all over the world. It's really,
absolutely. I mean, he came out before the race and he had some gold chain around his neck that I swear the thing must have weighed 100 pounds. And they have to do neck exercises, and I was thinking, well, he's going to be pretty fit to walk around with that thing a half hour.
So was he like a rapper?
Kinda.
I mean, a big gold chain.
On one level, he is.
I mean, he definitely
Dr. Dre or something.
He's
Hamilton.
He's a character, but man, he's super quick.
A hell of a driver.
We'll see who wins the championship this weekend. It's going to be an exciting race.
Hey, Whit, speaking of championships, what did you think about our buddy Matt Hagan? A lot of people booed the Schumacher cars for laying down, but
if in fact they did lay down.
If in fact they did, hey, if they did, I don't care. It's a team sport. We all know when Ashley won, who laid down. Right, Dar? Didn't you report that?
No,
you didn't. Oh, it was Whit.
No, yeah.
I think
everything's I'll take the blame.
Yeah, I mean, he's going home to Oregon. They'll never find him up there.
That was interesting. It was. I don't think you can blame Schumacher. I mean, it's kind of payback time. But it's disappointing to read what the fans say. And our sport has great fans. But some of those Force fans, I mean, my God, they just have very short memories, if any memory at all. Because that guy, they've done it since 1996, blatantly.
Very effectively.
And very effectively. Sometimes you didn't know, but most of the time you knew. Anyone could see it. And it was payback time. And, the problem, it's not John Force's fault. It's not Don Schumacher's fault. The responsibility to police this, if it's even possible, falls on the shoulders of the NHRA. And, it's not good for the sport, in my opinion, but it's been around forever. It's kind of the way it is. It's like EPO in cycling. It's like steroids in baseball. I mean, it's just the way it is.
Well, too, that Matt Hagan by far had the most together car in funny car at the World Finals, and I think that by Proc leaving John Force, he shot himself in the foot. That car just was not running the way that it had been running up until Vegas.
Well, all the stuff that went on, and if they laid down or not, in the end, the redemption was Matt Hagan, beat John Force in the final. If there was any savior to that whole day,
absolutely.
And congratulations to Matt Hagan, that whole Schumacher team. They go back
Dickie.
and forth.
I mean, Dickie
Venables.
Dickie Venables.
It doesn't get better.
World Championship tuner.
Huh?
Again. I mean, who would ever thought that?
Who would have thought?
That's almost like Donnie Couch,
exactly.
World Championship tuner.
Exactly. Or Whit Bazemore, world champion. That don't sound good, does it?
I hung out with Dickie on Saturday night, and he was just so low-key about the whole thing, his whole approach on Sunday. When I was hanging out with him at Ron Tobler's trailer, he was just chill. It's just another day at work.
It was.
Wow, Dar. Dan Haran. Mr. Quiet, he's throwing down some names, isn't he?
Really moving up.
I got one that Force is going to hate for next year. I know there's a 5th funny car coming out for the Don Schumacher camp.
Oh, boy.
And I know there's a rule that you can only have 4.
But if he leases it to somebody else, and
it's not a rule.
And I know
does the tree fall?
And I want to know why they let Jimmy Proc go, because he announced he was going to work for Schumacher. But John Medlin's going to work for Schumacher. That's well known.
Oh,
he's going to run their new machine shop at Schumacher. So why did Medlin get fired? We want answers. John, call into the show, huh?
Let's just call him.
809-0802. Call us right now before the show's over.
Should we call Johnny now?
Hey,
let's call him.
Okay, Whit.
Hey, while you're calling him, let's. I also want to mention a photo book that just came out at the World Finals, the history of the World Finals for the 50th anniversary, and it's a hell of a book put together by the National Dragster staff. They spent a lot of time on it. There's a lot of good information. It's not just all about the nitro cars. There's a lot of great information too on sportsman cars, Superstock, Modified Eliminator, my favorite of all time, and an excellent book. You can pick it up on Amazon.com. It's about $20, and a good thing to get for your buddies for Christmas.
That's really cool.
Dar.
I like the car on the cover too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dar, speaking of books,
Paul's car.
We got the Kickstarter program for Jim O. Top Fuel for Life.
Hey.
You can go onto it at kickstarter.com/topfuelbook. Jim O, his life experience, he lost his wife and had to deal with her cancer and everything he went through, and it affected the team, and how they brought people in to help him out and get back on track. But Kickstarter is a deal to help fund you. And there's some amazing things. If you put up a little bit of money, like $5,000, you could fly with Doug Coletta in the jet to the races. Put in a little more money, you can get your name on the car. A little more money, you get breakfast with Dar Hawthorne.
Yeah, but and you could read the
free
book
NHRA breakfast.
Yeah, well,
that you get all the time.
Sometimes it's just a bagel.
But you got that free ticket and you ate it, didn't you?
A raisin bagel or a plain bagel?
Then you went and badmouthed the NHRA.
I ate the ticket on the way over here.
You ate the ticket?
Yeah.
Or the bagel?
No, I ate the ticket.
Oh, okay.
It's part of this fast.
Ink poisoning or something.
Now, Whit was going to call John Force.
I was going to call Mike English. Which one would be better?
Oh, by far Force.
Well,
let's call him.
How are we going to?
Here it is.
We can call us.
Don't show this number.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
He never answers the phone when I call.
We could call it. Oh, no.
Oh, boy. It's ringing. This is like Bono calling the White House. Didn't he used to do that in
Hope
concert?
your cargo door doesn't fall off. He ain't going to answer with. I'm sure he's got caller ID. And
He's watching the show.
Hey, look, Clint Bazemore's on the phone.
Yeah, what the hell?
That doesn't sound at all like him. Are you sure that's him?
It's some woman.
Somebody's got a crimp on his wallet, and he sounds different.
Hold on. I'll leave him a message.
Thank you. Please record your message.
My God, I hate those messages that are like that.
Press 1 for more options.
Force, it's Bazemore. Remember me? I'm on a show right now with Donnie Couch. Remember him? Anyway, I wanted to ask you about the weekend. We're live, but call me back, man. 54. You never call me back, and it hurts my feelings. But 541-390.
Yeah,
I don't want to do that.
Good call, Whit.
Okay,
Just
never
send it
mind.
out there to the whole World Wide Web.
Yeah.
huh?
Anyway, okay.
Be getting calls from George Michael.
You've got my number, man.
Yeah.
Anyway,
He's got your
we're
number.
We're gonna call and just see what you thought about what went down. Sunday in the second and third round. So okay, hope all else is well. See, and Dan Horan is here.
He wants his paint job back.
I want my body. I want that extra
He's
body.
got something to say to you too. But anyway, all right, we'll talk to you later. Take care, man.
Good thing,
Dar.
Good thing John's got caller ID. You think he'd ever take that call? With Bazemore, Donnie Couch on the phone. Oh yeah, let me take that call.
He's never taken my call once.
You guys should call Austin Coyle and get his opinion.
He'll take our call.
Oh
He'll
my
take
God!
the call.
Yeah, well, it's the top of the hour. We're winding down the show. Next time we'll do it though. Hey, don't threaten me with a good time, because I'll do it. You know me.
Hey, let's just plan a whole bunch of phone calls, random calls. We'll do.
That'd be a good show.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you call Good Vibrations Motorsports and get your catalog there, dragparts.com.
Nice.
New catalog, a lot of stuff in there.
The Price is Right with Donnie Couch.
I look like Vanna White.
Like a Vanna White, yeah.
Good people there. Wow, Dar. Can you believe it? We made it through another show.
Man.
West Coast Funny Car Factory.
You want to buy another half hour?
Whit's got money. Well, the money he made from Schumacher and Lee Beard.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Dan Horan won the Heritage Series. He's got some big cash.
Let's go for another half hour. Come on.
John Forrest owes him money. He's got a lot coming.
Yeah.
That's what the lawyers are talking about.
Yeah.
Man.
It's a tough crowd here tonight, folks, but it always is. Thank you for tuning in. And remember, Good Vibrations Motorsports, Aero Motive, Fuel Systems. Man, well, I don't know when we're going to be back again, or even if they're ever going to invite us back again. But
I don't know. There's rumors that we might be doing 10 shows next year.
10 shows?
Yeah, all in a row.
Who inked that deal?
We're working on it, but apparently there's some interest in us coming back and doing a show a month next year. So,
wow. You mean we're getting support from John Forrest or something?
Yeah, from the John Forrest
Inquiry minds want to know, right?
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, John. Come on.
Chicken. Too chicken to take with smoke. Oh, come on.
Yeah, he's down at the Chick-fil-A across from his old shop.
This has been a presentation of the West Coast Funny Car Factory. Tune in next week for another edition of Speed Scene Live.
You can't make this stuff up.
Woo! The Encore Show is next.
Speed Scene Live TV, the #1 online motorsports TV show. Brought to you by Curry Racing Rear Ends, M&H Tires, Hedman Hustler Headers, Aeromotive Fuel Systems, and theFote.com.